Okay, this week for science, you actually only have science once, and that's today. That's only because we want the senses to be fresh in your mind for Friday's quiz. So for science, we are talking about plants and their parts. Now this is actually a very simple topic. I'm pretty sure you guys know how to label all of the parts of a plant already. But we'll go through it anyways. Next week we are going to delve more into what plants are exactly made of, what they need, all the different kinds, and the parts that we eat. Okay, so that comes next week. This week I just wanted to introduce you to plants and their different parts. Now, these are actually the beans that we planted in class. I don't know if you guys can remember. We put in toilet paper, they started sprouting, and this is how big it is now. But the things that I give this plant to keep it as nice and, well, kind of healthy as it is in a windowsill in my house with lots of sunlight. It just got water yesterday. So it has nice soil that I got here from the school garden that gives it its nutrients. And I said sunlight, water, nutrients. Oh, air. Okay. And yeah, it's breathing just fine. Okay. These that you see here at the bottom, I don't know if you can see that nicely. Here you can kind of see. All of these little things that look like veins are called its roots. We talked about this. The roots automatically or by itself go down as soon as the bean starts sprouting, or the seed. The stem goes up. So this is the stem of my plant. This long part, this is my stem. These are my leaves. Okay, my leaves. And then obviously the soil. And if there were a flower, it would be this part, the flower. Okay, so plants have roots, leaves, stems, and flowers. Those are the four main things that plants have. Then flower. In many parts, the flower has a nice color and a nice smell. This attracts insects, and the flower is where the seeds are produced. We will talk about that as well. The seeds are what we need for the plant to reproduce, to make more of itself. The stem supports the plant. It keeps the plant upright, and the stem also transports the water and the food around the plant. They can be flexible or woody. It depends on what plant you have. The leaf, it makes food for the plant from the sunlight energy, which is why they need sunlight. Most of the food that the plant needs is made in the leaves. Scientists have a special name for this process, and it's called photosynthesis. I know this is a very long word. I want you to say it. Photosynthesis. Photosynthesis. Remember that word. That word we use when we want to talk about plants that make their own food. Then the roots keep the flowering plant anchored in the soil, so it's holding on. Some roots have tiny hairs on them to help water from the soil to go up to the plant. Roots are very important because plants need water to grow. So the roots soak up the water. You are going to draw the four different parts in these boxes. Here you draw the flower, the leaf, the stem, the roots. Here they ask you to find and circle the parts of a flowering plant. So there are going to be 4 words in here that you will have to find. And then this 3 that tells you about the experiment. We already did this experiment. That's this one. But I want you to go try it out at home. Okay. So it asks, wait, let me just turn it this way. Maybe you guys were watching it. Okay. You are going to need a glass jar, paper towels, or I used toilet paper the first time, uncooked kidney bean or other beans, and water. It's as simple as that. You put it in a windowsill where it gets lots of sunlight, put in your toilet paper, put the bean at the side, throw the water in. I hope you guys remember how we did it in class because we did it together, and then you just watch it every day for a few weeks. They do say draw your observations on a piece of paper every few days. I think actually that's a very good idea. Maybe every second day or so. Keep a little paper or a little book where you just draw, okay, day 1, or write the date. Maybe say 5, on your piece of paper now. Maybe say 5 May 2020. It still only looks like a bean because you just put it in. And then you say, okay, let's say on the 10th of May. In 5 days' time, it has started to look like this. Something is growing out here, and there are some things going down. I don't know. Look what is happening and draw it down for me so that we can all, when we come back, follow the progress and see what happened. At the bottom, they ask, why do the roots grow downwards and why does the stem grow upwards? Remember, the roots go into the ground for water, and the